Hey guys, you want to learn about materialized views? In this video, I'll explain you all the things that you need to know about materialized view with practical examples using SQL queries. So by the end of this video, you will be knowing what is a materialized view and why do we use it, how to create a materialized view, how it actually improves the performance of an SQL query, and the difference between view and a materialized view. If you haven't seen my video on views, then please do check it out for a detailed explanation on views. So let's start with what is a materialized view. It is a database object created over an SQL query and it stores two things. First, the SQL query used to create the materialized view with the structure of the attributes, same as the view does. Second, it also stores the result returned from that query as a virtual table. So a view becomes materialized view when it stores the tuples written by computing the view. So you will be thinking, why do we use materialized view if we already have view? So if we see, materialized view stores the result written from computing the view. Hence, it will be faster to get those same result instead of recomputing it again and again. Now let's see how to create a materialized view. So I'll be using PostgreSQL to show you how to create a materialized view, and later on we will see how the performance differs as compared to view and how the changes to the base table affects the materialized view. Let's create a random table with two columns, ID and value. Now let's insert some data into this table. So we will be using a generate series function. So this function will generate numbers into the given range, and if you haven't seen this before, then let's run this query. So first we will run this generate series for 1 to 10. So it will generate 10 records. So let's give a bigger number like 10 million here. So we will need to insert 10 million records. Now run the insert query. This will take some seconds, so I will skip to it. Now again run the insert query for an ID 2. So if we run a count star on random table, then it should be giving 20 million records. Now let's say we want an average of value grouped by ID column. So let's write an SQL query for it. Select ID average value and count star from random table group by ID. So when we run this query, it is approximately taking 4 seconds. Now let's create a view on this query. Create view, random view as select ID, average value, count star, count value from random table group by ID. Now let's run the same query through a view. Select star from random view. Okay, so you see it is still taking 4 seconds. So let's now try to create a materialized view and see if it improves the performance of this query. And to create the materialized view, you just need to add the keyword materialized. So let's run this create materialized view mv render view as and that query. Okay, so the materialized view is created. Now let's run a select star on this materialized view. Okay, so you see the result of running this select star on this materialized view is same as running that actual query, but that query is taking around 4 seconds, but this materialized view query is only taking 4 milliseconds in this case. So the performance of a query with materialized view is much better than the actual query. So why is that? Because materialized view has already stored the pre-computed result while we created the materialized view. Now you might be thinking that for every query that is taking more time, you can create a materialized view to get the same result in less time for better performance. But this is not the case, because let's say you want to query the table on the latest data and get the result based on the latest data present in the base table. So what the materialized view does is it stores the result of the query based on the data that is present when the materialized view was created. So this data can be old, and what we need is the query should run on latest data. So what to do in that case? So we need to refresh the materialized view. Let's say we modify our random table and add some new records into it. Let's say we are adding id 3 and values, a million more values. So let's insert those records into the random table. Okay, so we have inserted new records into the random table. Now let's run this select id average on value and count star from random table group by id. Okay, so you see the new id 3 is present in the result. Now let's run the select star on our materialized view and see the result. Okay, so this select star query on materialized view is still giving the id 1 and 2, but there's also an id 3 present in the base table. So this is the result based on the old records when this view was created, this materialized view. So now we have to manually refresh our materialized view to get the result based on the latest records. And for that we need to run a refresh materialized view query. So let's run this query. Okay, now let's rerun this select star from mv random view. Okay, so you see the result is having id as 3 also. That means it is now on the latest record. And what the database will do is it will replace the old result with the new returned result. So till now we have seen what is a materialized view, how to create a materialized view, how it differs in the performance from the normal SQL query, and how to refresh a view, and when not to use a materialized view. So the last thing is we have already covered it, but I am repeating it for you guys to remember. The difference between view and a materialized view. A view stores only the SQL query and structure attached with it, but a materialized view will store two things: the SQL query and structure as normal view does, and also the result returned from that query. So a materialized view is like a cache, a copy of data that can be accessed quickly. So the database accesses to the materialized view can be much faster than the normal view. Now, so we have covered all the things related to materialized view in PostgreSQL. These topics on materialized view differs based on databases. Mainly relational databases will have these concepts common for materialized views. Okay guys, I hope you understood the concept, but if not and you have some doubt, then you can always revisit that section, and you can ask your doubts in the comments below. Thanks for watching this video, and please like this video if it was useful, and subscribe to this channel for more such videos on software and tech. I will see you in the next video.